Welcome back. In this video, we're going to fight Wargaz and find the Blood of Lathander. So we're going to start off with making sure that our party is equipped for the battle. So when we last left off, we still had some gear on Asterion that we might want. Specifically, we need the Shapeshifter's Boon Ring and the Guidance Amulet. Okay, so our primary combatants here are going to be Lae'zel and Alfira, and that's what we're going to start with. So we're going to have Alfira cast Bull's Strength, which gives her advantage on strength checks on herself. We're going to go to Shadowheart, and we're going to cast Bull's Strength on Lae'zel. So we want both of those characters to have advantage on all strength checks. And we'll take a look at Lae'zel's equipment. So we've got some Gloves of Dexterity. These will increase our attack, but they will also increase our initiative. So we want to make sure that we're going to go first, so we can swap those out. We don't need the anti-acid boots, but we can take these that give us a bonus to athletics. So a bonus to athletics checks is what we're going to be looking for, because we're going to be doing some throwing of people. We're going to put on our guidance necklace, and we'll swap out for the Shapeshifter's Boon Ring and pick a disguise. So we'll just choose the elf to pick up the Mark of the Shifter bonus. So Lae'zel will be able to be running guidance and bull strength and Mark of the Shifter. Our main character will not be able to be running all of those, although if we want to take Will, we can have Will cast guidance. He does no guidance because we chose that as his pact ability. So if we want to, we can have both Lae'zel and Alfira running guidance. It's probably not necessary to do that. So we'll grab Alfira, we'll grab Lae'zel, and we'll make sure that we've got the setup that we want at Crèche Y'llek. All right, so our main character has got a +8 and rolls twice on athletic checks and adds an additional d4 from Mark of the Shifter. Lae'zel has a +9, rolls twice, adds a d4 from Mark of the Shifter, and we'll be adding a d4 from Guidance. And we're going to head in. And we're not fully committing to this battle, right? So we still have folks in camp. If we fail for some reason, we can just resurrect and come back. So what we've got here is a bridge with a hole in it. So clearly there's something that can be done with this. And the thing that we can do is we can throw our opponents off of here, which is exactly what we're going to do. So we need to convince them to come out. We could start a fight and drag them up this hallway. But since we have minor illusion, we don't need to. We can just have them walk on their own. So we'll kind of step back a little bit. This group doesn't start hostile. So like most of the rest of the Gith, we're going to want to make sure we try to get this guy in the back. So it looks like he's in the area there. But we missed him. No, we did not. Okay, we got him. And this is just the same exercise in trying to use minor illusion to corral people. So we're just kind of getting the forward motion, and we're going to stop it when we're kind of up here. We'd like them all to be standing next to this area. And here, when they get up there and start to turn around, we're going to go into turn-based mode. And we'll have Lizelle, at this point, cast Guidance on herself.
Looking ahead.
And we've got our main character positioned. We've got Lizelle positioned. We'll have the main character cast Minor Illusion right here to try to lock everyone in place. And in turn,
Vlaakith's will be done.
and we've got some movement, so we'll approach. So we've got pretty good positioning here. And let's take a look at what this guy actually does. So he's got legendary resistance, so he makes the first couple of saves almost certainly with a +10. He's got the Githyanki parry ability where he's going to drop damage by 10, and he has this Mind Claws thing on Honor Mode that will summon these Force Hands whenever he or any of the rest of these folks are attacked. He's got a couple of attacks around. This is his ability to summon the Mind Claws. He cannot be surprised, and he has this ability to hit everyone that's near him to increase his damage and armor class. So just a real tough opponent if we want to fight him the real way. But we've got Lizelle, and she's incredibly good at throwing people. So we'll select him for throw, and then we'll just try to find a place where we get a death indicator from the throw. This can take a little bit of time, and there we go. So we can see death on the throw. That's what we're looking for, so we'll click. And it's possible that we could fail the check, but our party is super fast, so we would still get initiative, because even though Wargaz has a perfect strategist, so he perfect sentry, so he won't be surprised. He doesn't have alert, so he only adds like two to his initiative, so we're faster than everyone in the room. All right, so Lizelle threw, and so she's out of actions, but she does have action surge, so we're going to click that, and we've got 2 more throws and a shove. Right, so we can try and shove this guy off, and we'll position and try to use our bonus action to throw him. You see we've got a 99% chance to do that. Off he goes. Now we've got the rest of these folks, and we'll just walk over, grab the first one, select throw, and anywhere that shows death, that's where we want to throw. We've got another throw. Target is too far is bad news. There we go. Death. And we've got this one left, right? And no actions. But our main character still has both of their attacks and just a ton of movement. So we'll run over, and while we're slightly less good at throwing because we don't have guidance running, we're almost as good. So we can see death. That's it. So that's the Counselor Wargaz fight. The easy way, we just don't engage. He doesn't have any loot that's particularly valuable. The Gith are always like, pretty tough fighters. They're very front-loaded in terms of damage. All right, so we can select Lizelle, and we're going to have Lizelle go in here on her own. And the reason that we're going to do this is that we're going to talk to Vlaakith, and if you're playing your character, you'll get several options to respond, some of which can actually be game ending. So if you mouth off to Vlaakith too much, she will simply kill you. So we're going to have Lizelle go in to be the character that talks to Vlaakith. Because Lizelle will automatically acquiesce, and that's what we're looking for. Now, something important to note about Lizelle is that once she's walked in the room, we cannot exit the room again with Lizelle, because if we try to leave the room without going into the astral prism, Lizelle will go hostile and leave the party, and we'll have to kill her. So we want to make sure that we do not leave the room with Lizelle. So this is a good opportunity to save your game, but I'm just going to go ahead and run in, and we're going to get a cutscene.
Inquisitor Wargaz was potent. We are impressed.
My queen. Shkatzai.
You bear that which is mine. I presume you have come to return it, Lizelle.
Shma Zala Vlaakith. You know me.
Erlon of Kalir speaks most highly, as did Al-Khaya before him. You seek purity. I may yet grant it. That weapon you carry, the astral prism, it is corrupted.
I shall cleanse it for you, my queen. Tell me how.
There is someone inside. Their mind is warped, broken, a blight. They are an agent of the Grand Design, sent to sabotage the astral prism. Our last defense against the return of the Illithid Empire. As long as they live, the prism is compromised. Kill them! Do this, and I will cleanse you. Do this, and ascend.
Ascension. My queen. An honor gained, a burden borne. I will not waste a second.
Use the Planecaster's power to enter the artifact. Be wary of the creature's lying tongue. Cut it out if you must. Do not leave this room before it is done, or I will undo you. You will be your queen's child no longer. Do as I say, and we feast in Tunarath together.
All right, so that went off before we even walked into the room because there are no opponents left. If we'd have missed a guy and he was still back in here, we'd have to kill him, and then we would have gotten that scene. And again, important that when she goes in the room, we cannot leave. So we'll go ahead and group the party together because we still have her selected, and we'll walk right up to the Planecaster. And click. And we're going to get some dialogue from our Dream Guardian when we do that.
Don't do it.
And we'll just say yes.
Heat pulses out of the astral prism as it begins to flower. Your mind burns hot with excitement. timeless space, bounded, compressed in a fold. A pocket of astral plane.
Boundless. Timeless. Like every dream that ever was stitched together. It is home.
This place is just really, really gorgeous. I feel like the designers here just did an amazing job of making this place super cool looking. We'll grab the group and jump down. There's not a lot to do here. There's a few things that we can pick up, but nothing really that advances the plot. And we can get a preview of the skull, which is where we saw the fighting earlier, and eventually we'll get to visit. Now, if we try to take Lizelle and just walk through, we'll see that it won't work.
Just so. So you came, in spite of all my warnings. Disappointing. But it is not you I wish to speak with. Send in the one in charge. Alone.
So there's no way to get past this with a character other than the main character.
Still breathing.
So we'll dispel our disguise and have a fun cutscene where we sort of talk to ourselves.
Come. We will talk in private. Just the two of us.
And we could say we're not going to leave our companions behind just to show that off.
Suit yourself. But only the leader of your group is coming in. I will not allow anyone else.
Go on. I'll keep watch here.
So everyone's okay with it. We'll just follow the voice in.
I may have made a mistake trusting you. I told you to stay away from the Githyanki. But you just couldn't help yourself. Could you? And now... you've come here to murder me.
We'll say that Vlaakith told us that she's an agent of the Grand Design.
I told you I stole the artifact from someone. Well, I stole it from Vlaakith. Since then, she has become desperate. Vlaakith wants me dead because I know her secret. It is a secret so great that if her people ever found out, that would be the end of her rule, the end of her. That same secret is how I've been protecting you from the Absolute. I can hear your thoughts. You think I'm lying. Vlaakith warned you that I would try to deceive you. But consider this. What reason have I to deceive you? I want the same thing as you. Freedom. I'm on your side. I have been since the very beginning.
So we'll ask if it's a trick.
I already told you I protect you, that I saved you. If this was not enough to convince you, what more is there to say?
We haven't seen the Dream Visitor do anything that has led us to believe that they're not on the up and up yet. And Vlaakith and her Gith cronies are crazy, so we're not going to follow those. We'll just tell her that we're not going to kill her today. Now, if we did stab her, she's not going to die. She's just going to be disappointed in us. So don't worry if that's the option that you wanted to pick. But for us, we're going to take the goody two-shoes option and say that we're very forgiving.
It seems I was right to put my faith in you after all. Thank you. Vlaakith will be furious, to make no mention of your Githyanki companion. The Lich Queen fears nothing more than the loss of her empire. The knowledge I have of her deception will bring that about.
So we'll ask her if she's such a threat, why isn't she dead?
She is trying her very best to kill me by sending you. Vlaakith is lying to her people. She pretends to know how Gith destroyed the Mind Flayer Empire. In truth, she knows nothing. If the Illithid Empire were ever to return, she would be incapable of stopping them. And if her people found out about her impotence, there would be mutiny, revolution, the end of her rule. But that very power, the power to resist Illithid control, which Vlaakith only pretends to know, is how I've been protecting you. I suppose she hoped to extract it from my corpse. Since you spared me that fate, she will come for you.
So we're going to ask what the power is, and we're going to get a kind of an interesting reply.
A logical question, but you're not ready for the answer. I have delayed long enough. The next attack is overdue, and I can't risk you being caught in the middle of it. I need you out there, searching for the Absolute. You were on the right path, to Moonrise Towers. Return to it. I hope you are ready to face Vlaakith's wrath. The entire Crèche stands ready to kill you in her name. Good luck.
Speak. Have you killed my queen's enemy?
So that is accurate. If we hadn't cleared out the Crèche when we came back, they would all be hostile and more difficult to corral and fight one-on-one. It'd be a lot harder to get through. Also, the sort of the, oh, that's a logical question, reveals a little bit about who the Dream Guardian truly is. So we're going to tell Lae'zel we actually learned some stuff. We're not going to lie to her because she's our companion.
Vlaakith does not lie to her faithful. Open your mind. Show me.
Your mind tingles. Lae'zel seeks entrance.
So we're just going to let her go ahead and peruse through.
Your thoughts become one. She sees the truth of your confrontation in an instant.
Vlaakith Tafkinazin. I see only madness. Vlaakith bears the full might of Tunarath's arms, and the covenant of the great Mother Gith. Skvar! We are leaving this place, now.
And that's it. And as we come out, we would find that all of the Gith are hostile. And if we take a look around, there's some stuff to, like, there's alchemical components and some dead Gith Yankee that we could loot, and an additional slate and some other stuff. We're just going to skip it. And we'll return to the material
I'm glad you
plane.
came to your senses. Now leave, before the others come for us.
And we'll follow up with Lae'zel. She's going to have a moment.
Vlaakith! I have wielded your fury as a blade, roared your wrath as a dragon. Yet I crawl among my own people, low as an asp's belly, slayer of my queen's inquisitor. Skaketh! Is this to be my penance? Is this heart of stone doomed to shatter? She tests me. A trial of faith. Kalir prepared me. Only the heaviest souls soar to the astral. Yes. I might gain Vlaakith's favor yet.
Yeah, that is a big investment into craziness. What we're going to say is that she just needs to accept that she is an enemy of her people.
Silence! I must think.
So ordinarily, if we would have come out, we would have had to fight the Inquisitor and all the rest of these Gith Yankee. So big problem. We just skipped doing that by starting off with killing them. Here is the ring I was alluding to in the last video, so when we're concentrating on a spell, we do some additional damage. We want to make sure we grab that. We'll head into this chamber. We don't need silverware. We don't need alchemical components. We'll take potions. We'll grab the Skin Burster, which is a halberd that does, I forget what the ability is called here. Force Conduit? Is that what it's called? Yeah, Force Conduit. And there's a whole build that you can do around Force Conduit, which lowers the amount of damage that you're taking coming in. So you can really pile up defensive options and become practically invulnerable to melee damage. That probably seems better than it actually is, because near the end of the game, most opponents have some other option. Here in this display case is a pair of boots we probably won't use, and then this strange chunk of amber, which might lead us to believe that we found the Blood of Lathander, but it's actually not. That's a red herring. And what we need to do is manipulate these statues. So the one on the right will always turn. And we want to turn it 3 times so that it's facing away from the wall. This one, I'm going to go ahead and have Will do. He has an 8 strength, so he's almost certain to fail this check.
The statue starts to rotate, but its rusty mechanism jams stuck.
Okay, so that did not work, and that's what I want to show you. So we'll step away here and look for our throwables. And we'll grab one of the grease bottles that we've got. We've got a ton of these things. We probably have scrolls of grease. We might even have a character that knows grease. And we're just going to throw it where the statue is highlighted. And then we'll do it again. And look at that. The greased mechanism turns with no problem. So failing the athletics check to move this thing is no big deal. We'll grab these statues. I'm sorry, grab the content. The barrels that are blocking the way also have stuff in them, so you feel free to pick that up. And then we'll move this out of the way and head in. And the secret door that we revealed, this is where we're going to find the actual Blood of Lathander. So we'll open the door and then head to the secret stairway.
Quite something to have escaped notice all this time.
And we'll shoot this energy source, which opens up the door. We're going to break the party apart. This is a one-person job. And we'll just hop into this corner. These are traps that will send out a pulsing wave that will throw you into this bottomless pit, which is a hassle. So we'll run around and jump, and then break this energy source. And then we'll cast Enhanced Leap, Featherfall. And we'll just jump way out here. And we'll shoot this energy source. Now, if you happen to trigger this trap, that's no big deal. It doesn't really matter. We still have Enhanced Leap. We still have Featherfall. We're just going to jump into the next room. So just disregard this trap, whether it turns on or not. So we've passed by all the traps, and we're going to come up to this platform. What not to do is grab the Blood of Lathander. We don't want to do that. We want to click on the crest panel, because we do have the Dawn Master's crest. We picked that up when we solved the puzzle. So we'll grab it and add the crest. We're just going to start a cutscene. And the Blood of Lathander is the red gem that is in this mace. And the maze itself, they call the Blood of Lathander. So this doesn't cause the giant laser weapon on top of the temple to fire. And that's it for inside of here. At this point in time, we can just head back to camp. So I'll have Lizelle head back to camp, and then we can go grab the rest of the group. And the reason that we don't just group everybody together, you know, is that there is a trap that'll throw you to your death that's still going. So rather than risk anybody moving through, we'll just move them in different waves. And that's it. So we have pretty much finished Act 1, and in the next video, we'll head off to Act 2. I'll see you there.